Hello and welcome to Documint. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a word cloud from speech or some meeting notes so that you can get a nice visual there of what you talked about and what the important points were of your text. So we're going to be using three tools today. We're going to use Airtable, we're going to use a quick chart API specifically for word cloud, and we're going to use Documint. So this is our Airtable chart, very, very simple chart. We have a name of a speaker. We have the URL that we're going to create. In here, we have a formula field, which we're going to get our URL from Quick Chart. I'll show you that in a moment. We're going to encode that URL for the text element because that will make sure that it's all formatted correctly and will process everything nicely for us. And we're adding a couple of extra bits to the end of the URL here with some special things we want to do. So we want to use a background color and we want to remove stop words, which are smaller words like this, that, and the, it is, those sorts of things. So we don't want that to distort our result. So we'll include that as well. I'll put this all in the description for you so that you can use it too. Then we have a long text field, and this is just the text from our speeches in this case, but it could be your notes or whatever you'd like. Then we have a button field here using our generation link method by Documint. Also leave a link of how to create that if you'd like to get started using that method. And then here this is where the attachment is going to be saved back down. So let's take a look at our friends over at QuickChart. Created this awesome API for us to create word clouds. So this is an example here. This is kind of how ours is going to look. It's basically just adding the text in, and it's going to translate that into a chart for us. There are other things that we can change as well. We can, the text is required. We must have text in there, but everything else can be added if we want to. We can change background color, heights, widths. We can use different fonts. And there's some other things that we added in here as well. So you can use this to decide what elements you want to use to customize how your word cloud ends up looking. So very simple, straightforward API there. And we are going to get started with our document template. So let's head over here, and we've got a blank template here. And one thing we do need to do is just check the name of our fields. There's name of speaker and cloud URL. Okay, because we're going to need those as variables. So first of all, we're going to drag in a section. We'll remove one of those columns, drag in text, and here's where we can start typing. Let's make our variable first. We go to new variable, Airtable, and it was name of speaker. Documint will change this into a variable style for us. So all we need to do is copy that, double click in here, paste that, and add some extra context here. So this part will be variable, this part will be fixed. Let's increase the text size a bit. That looks good. Let's make it bold. Put it in the middle. All right, that looks good. And now let's add one other section. Oops, delete that, delete that. Okay, let's add our image. So in here, this image is going to be variable every time. So we need to use a variable in here, and that will pull in the URL that we create for each record. So it was called cloud URL. Hopefully that's right. We have that image, and we double click. And you'll see this adds here. Yep, so we've got our two variables. So let's just do a couple of things in here. Let's say we don't want this any bigger than 400 pixels. So we want it in the middle. Let's add a border. Make it a little bit bigger. 2 is good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So now we have our template here, and we can go back to our Airtable, and we should be good to go. So we're going to create 2 here, one for Winston, one for Abraham, and all we do is click our button, and let's see what we get. We give Documint a moment to work on that, and there we go. That's Winston Churchill's speech word cloud. Let's do one for Abraham. Give it a moment. There we go. Guess the speech. Okay, so that's a nice and easy way to create a word cloud, just to add some extra flavor to your documents or to summarize your meeting notes. And of course, hopefully you found that helpful. But please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. And thanks so much for trying Documint.